Hey everyone, it's Rachel. I have something pretty exciting to share with you today. As you may have seen, I won a 7-string guitar, this one right here, when I was at Nita Strauss's album release party back in November. If anyone is curious, the guitar is an S1027 PBF, yet another Ibanez name to memorize, and it is really just a beautiful guitar. I love the top of it, it just looks awesome, and the purple heartwood on the back also looks really cool. Overall, I love it. It's so cool. Now you may be wondering why, since I won the guitar in November, that I'm just making my first video with it now, and that is because when I won the guitar, Nita actually signed the back of it, as you can see here. It says "Play Fearlessly," which is an awesome motto, and I was really worried about that rubbing off if I were to play it, since it was just written in Sharpie. So what I did was I brought it into a guitar repair store and had them take a look at it, and they were able to actually put a clear coat over the whole back of the guitar, covering up the signature and protecting it from wear and tear, and it really looks great. You can't tell that there's anything on it, and it just looks like the guitar did initially, but now the signature won't wear off, so the guitar is finally ready to be played. This whole process took quite a while, and I actually haven't had the guitar with me since I got back from LA and brought it to the repair store, and I just got it back today. So apart from barely touching it when I first got it for maybe a couple of minutes at most, I have never played a 7-string guitar. So what I'm going to do is play 7-string guitar for the first time on camera right now with all of you. The rough plan here is to just play around with it, try to come up with some riffs, and just see how it goes. I'll also comment on how it feels different than what I'm used to with 6-string guitars. First things first, since I actually haven't played it yet since I got it back earlier today, let's tune a 7-string guitar for the first time. So this should be the low B. There we go, we're all in tune and ready to go. So let's first try out what's new with this guitar. I've never played a guitar in B standard or anything lower than D standard, so I've never played a low B on a guitar. If you're not familiar with how 7-string guitars are set up, basically you get the same top 6 notes, E, A, D, G, B, E, but you also get an additional low B string, which is the one I haven't played before, so let's give it a go. Interesting. It already feels a little bit different to me, obviously because the neck is wider and I'm not used to hitting that string, but I like how it sounds. I like the low notes. So let's just try coming up with some riffs on it now. This is so cool. I feel very metal right now. I'm going to have a lot of fun playing around with this and maybe trying to write a song with it eventually. Let's see what else we can do. This is so much fun. Alright, now let's try out some scale patterns to see how that goes. It is definitely a bit more difficult getting my hand around to the 7th string. I'm definitely having to stretch a little bit more. I don't have huge hands, probably about average, so it's a little bit more tricky, but not that bad. So far it doesn't feel uncomfortable or anything, just a little bit different than I'm used to. So apart from definitely feeling the difference between the neck size and how much wider this neck is compared to my 6-string guitars, one thing that I didn't expect that I am noticing right now is that my picking hand is actually getting more tired than it usually does. I'm assuming that this must have something to do with the string size and maybe tension of the low B string. It is a lot thicker, a lot heavier than I'm used to on my 6-string guitars, and I'm guessing that this could put more stress on your picking hand, because you have to apply more force to get it to move, but I could be making this up completely. I'm not sure, that's just how I'm feeling right now. It also could be that I'm just getting too into it and applying a lot more pressure than usual because I'm having a lot of fun playing these chugging low B string riffs. But let me know in the comments if that's something that you've noticed playing 7-string guitars as well. I'd be curious to hear. I'm really having a lot of fun with this so far. It feels like there are a lot more options available now with this extra string, even if it's not that many more notes. It just feels like there's a lot more options and it is a lot of fun so far. And I also like having those lower notes. They are pretty fun to play. I think it'll be a lot of fun trying to write a song with the 7-string sometime in the future, just to change it up and try to think a little bit differently. Not that I've written many songs before, I've only written one song, but still I think it'll be cool to think outside of the usual 6-string box. Okay, so now what I want to do is try out playing some guitar riffs that I already know on 6-string guitar, but just on the 7-string, but played exactly the same way. Let's see how that turns out. A little bit more metal than rock and roll. That one kind of works. That was a lot of fun. I'm not sure that all of those belong on a 7-string guitar, but still really fun to play, and I'm really enjoying this, as I've said many times so far in this video. I'm just really excited to finally be able to play this guitar without having to worry about it, and I'm really excited to be able to share my first experience with the 7-string guitar with all of you. One thing you might have noticed so far is that I haven't really gone up very high on the guitar. I'm mostly playing down here because that's kind of what's more exciting to me about the 7-string guitar, but let's try it out. So that definitely works, but I think I'll primarily be using this guitar, at least to start out with, for doing lower riffing and things like that. My other guitars are a little bit easier to play still because I'm used to the 6 strings, and also I have a lower string gauge on there as well, so it's a little bit easier to bend, but this works well and it plays really well all around the neck, so overall it's just a really fun guitar so far. So I hope you enjoyed sharing this experience of my first time ever playing 7-string guitar, and I'm just really excited to play more of it, to learn some 7-string songs, and to work on some of my own. Overall, while it's definitely an adjustment from 6-string guitar, and it definitely has a lot more reach going on to get to the 7-string and a lot more stretching, it is not that hard to adjust to so far. I mean, I'm not perfect at it or anything yet. I'm still finding some weird muscle memory things going on when I'm playing things that I'm used to, but it is not that bad. It's doable, definitely, to adjust to, and I think it won't take that much longer to get pretty comfortable with it. Not necessarily comfortable with how to use it well, but comfortable with playing it and with it not feeling that weird. I will definitely be making more videos with this guitar in the near future, so look out for those. But before I end this video, there's one more thing that I think we need to try. We need to go lower. It looks like the lowest I can go with the way this is set up is to A, so let's try it out. And now the answer to the question, do I gent, is finally yes. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, for all of your support. I hope you enjoyed this start to my 7-string guitar journey. I know I've asked this before, but since I actually have it available to play now, if you have any 7-string songs or 7-string riffs that you think I should learn, please leave those in the comments and I'll definitely check them out. Thank you again, and I will see you in the next video.